Now, in the case of an infringement, there will be a scrum down where myself, as a tight head prop, will link in with the hooker and we'll get play started again.
Second.
As Devin continues his transition into the NBA, his father was here tonight to watch him play.
So I know you all went 9-4 last year. Now you're going into a new season with a lot less starters. So talk about what you've had to do to prepare for this season.
I just can't quite do it like Brett Favre, but I'm not the only one. The majority of the quarterbacks that ever play in the NFL can't do it either.
What better way to ring in the new year if you're an Ole Miss Rebel fan than to hopefully watch your team close out the season with the win in the Sugar Bowl over the Oklahoma State Cowboys?
To give back to a community that's got him where he is now. Just gonna mess up my shot like that?
Don't let Ray Campion's gray hair lead you to think he's taking it easy these days. So why, after almost 40 years, does the 55-year-old continue to play and coach rugby?
I love the camaraderie of the sport. You go out there and you beat each other up for 80 minutes, and then you go and socialize with the other team and you make some of the best friends of your life.
If you catch rugby during the Olympics, it's like American football, but possibly hard to follow. With some help from the Mississippi Gulf Coast Land Sharks, here's what you need to know. Rugby usually is played with 15 players on the field for each team, but the Olympics features a faster-paced game with 7 on each side. You go backward to go forward, and mostly the game doesn't stop. If you go out of bounds, that's a turnover, and a lineout brings the ball back into play. If tackled, you can keep going, but when securely down, a teammate has to come and put the ball back into play, and when you score, that's called a try and worth 5 points.
Don't be intimidated by the pace of the game. Think of it as a puzzle. You drop a puzzle, there's pieces everywhere. Once you slowly put them together, you start seeing a picture and it comes together.
Now, in the case of an infringement, there will be a scrum down where myself, as a tight head prop, will link in with the hooker and we'll get play started again.
Second.
Low, boys.
Line.
Low.
Set.
Campion tells News 25 he thinks the game is catching on because, unlike some sports, in rugby, anyone can lead.
Everyone's got the same opportunities to run, pass, kick, whatever, tackle. I think that's one of the appeals for younger kids is it's not just a few kids who run with the ball, a few kids who tackle, a few kids who block, things like that.
For News 25, I'm Bryan Kennedy. Whether it's in prayer after practice or on the field under center, St. Stanislaus quarterback Miles Brennan proudly accepts the role as leader of his team.
I just like leading the team. I like taking that responsibility. I like being a leader and taking charge, just leading the way, leading the pack. So, I don't really let the pressure, get to me.
The standout QB headed to LSU next year has passed for 11,045 yards and 117 touchdowns in his career, earning him one of 24 spots at the Elite 11 Finals competition in Los Angeles, a camp for only the best quarterbacks in the nation. Finishing in the top 11 here lands you a spot at another coveted camp at Nike headquarters in Oregon. At one point during the competition in LA, coaches had Brennan outside of their top 11.
I promised the whole coaching staff that I was going to get the invite to Oregon because I fully believed that I was going to go out and do everything I had to do to get it. And I did get the invite. And it was something to go out into Oregon and to perform on the highest level of competition. It was just, it's undescribable.
Now, while it's his arm that's gotten him to this point, Brennan's coach says it's his mind that's going to take him to the next level once he gets to Baton Rouge. Sign me up!
Can you avoid the pressure and make the right decision? Oh, and by the way, make an accurate throw as well. So there's a lot of intangibles that goes into playing the quarterback position. He certainly has all of them.
After losing in the state title game 2 years in a row to the same team, bringing a title back to the Bay is on Brennan's mind. Following that, he can't wait to step on the field at Tiger Stadium.
You can't really explain the feeling that it is in Death Valley. It's kind of just, you just have to be there to know what it's like. It's just the 102,000 people that are watching you play football.
For News 25, I'm Bryan Kennedy.
Saints fans, football may seem like decades away, but now there is finally a light at the end of the tunnel. Yesterday, the NFL released the 2016 preseason schedule. While dates and times will be released later, we know our Saints will spend the first 2 weeks on the road to leave time for Superdome renovations. They'll be traveling to Foxborough to take on the Patriots, then to Houston to take on the Texans. Their last two will be at home against the Steelers and the Ravens. The Golden State Warriors are chasing history, but the Spurs are one of two teams standing in their way. Third quarter, just over 9 to go. The Warriors with a chance to run. Steph Curry runs right past the Spurs defender and takes it to the rack. Golden State leads 62-45. Third quarter, more Warriors offense. Curry with the ball dribbles and fires it from three, basically a layup for him, and he drains it. Golden State 67-48. The Warriors will become the second team ever to notch 70 wins, beating the Spurs 112-101. The race for the green jacket began yesterday at Augusta National, and defending Masters champion Jordan Spieth picked up where he left off. On the 6th, Spieth started the day off nicely, hitting a birdie on 6 to move to 2 under. Then on 8, Spieth's third shot is near perfect, landing him near the pin. An easy birdie would follow to send him to 3 under. Now, of course, Spieth keeps it rolling, and he birdies the 18th to finish at 6 under and hit the clubhouse on the top of the board. The last defending champion to own an outright lead in the first round, Jack Nicklaus, of course, in 1966. Golfers teed off at 7 this morning.
What better way to ring in the new year if you're an Ole Miss Rebel fan than to hopefully watch your team close out the season with the win in the Sugar Bowl over the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now, Ole Miss fans, they've already won the tailgating game today. They were out early, bright and early, celebrating just simply being here. Fans came from as far as Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas to watch their team play today. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they'll be bringing home a win, and they'll be able to celebrate once again a great season by their Rebels.
Man, it's exciting always, and as we were talking about earlier, this is the first time Ole Miss has been in the Sugar Bowl in over 46 years. Matter of fact, the last time they were there, the team wasn't even integrated, so this is actually our first time coming to the Sugar Bowl with the team being integrated, both black and white players, and it's also a pleasure. My friend David and I, integrated couple, as you can see. We're business partners and close friends, and we're glad to bring all our family and friends out here and celebrate the new Ole Miss and all its success. And we're glad to just be here in New Orleans.
Now, the only worst part about tonight's game is after, Ole Miss fans will have to wait 9 long months before they see their team again. Now, you may not be able to tell it now, but the excitement is already building here in the Superdome as fans will soon start to file in and hopefully see their Ole Miss Rebels take home a win. Now, I'll be live updating through Twitter. Follow me at WXXV Bryan for live updates. Live from the Superdome, I'm Bryan Kennedy for News 25.
From playing ball at Arthur Hayes Gym in Moss Point to NBA arenas across the country, the last 18 months for Moss Point's Devin Booker have been a roller coaster ride. Booker tells News 25 the best part, living out his dream. The worst, life on the road.
You know, we play tonight. We're in San Antonio tomorrow at San Antonio. So, you know, the travel wears down on your body, and, you know, if you're sick, you got to keep playing through it.
To cope with travel and the new lifestyle, Booker tells News 25 he leans on veterans. Eric Bledsoe and Brandon Knight used to wear Kentucky blue just like Booker, an instant connection that's helped the transition.
Right when I got here, those were probably the closest people I was to because, you know, we've met before on campus and things like that. But, you know, we have a bunch of good guys. Tyson Chandler, obviously, Ronnie Price, you know, really good veterans that's been in this game a long time.
Also to help, a head coach who sees a bright future for the star.
Devin's going to be a great player in this league. You know, he knows how to play the game. You know, he's a guy that can, you know, shoot the ball pretty well, and we'll need that out on the court.
As Devin continues his transition into the NBA, his father was here tonight to watch him play, and he says it's great to see his son on this stage and to see that his hard work finally paid off.
All the hard work paid off, man, and especially playing tonight in front of, you know, a lot of friends and family. He played well tonight.
Booker's 15 points last night were a career high. All in front of a large group of friends and family from right here on the coast.
It was really nice. You know, I think I have like 100 people here. So, you know, it was a big crowd, and, you know, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't come out with the win, but, you know, next time.
In New Orleans, I'm Bryan Kennedy, News 25.